everyone and good evening all. Welcome back to the session of Science 1, that is periodic classification of elements. In the previous lecture we had learned about the scientists, different scientists trying to classify the elements. Now first was, we'll revise on that, first was the Dobriner triad, where he made a triad of 3 elements and he showed that the atomic mass of the middle element was approximately equal to the mean of the atomic masses of the other 2 elements. Now in that example, lithium, sodium, potassium, calcium, strontium, barium. Now next, it was Newland's law of octaves. Now according to Newland, he said that every 8 element had a property similar to the first one, and relating that to the octaves in music, he gave the name as Newland's law of octaves. So you will find in the table that lithium, from lithium if you count, then sodium is the 8th metal, so it had properties similar to sodium, lithium. Then after sodium, if you count 8 element, it will be potassium. So potassium has properties similar to sodium. Also if you see beryllium and magnesium, they have similar properties. But this periodic table was classified only up to, it was valid up to calcium only, and after calcium it was not valid, means the properties were not coming similar. Even Dobriner, he couldn't put all the elements in 3 triads. Then came Mendelev's periodic table. Now Mendeleev also classified and placed the elements according to their increasing atomic mass. Now Mendelev's periodic table was the important step in classifying elements. Then we saw the merits and demerits of Mendelev's periodic table, the model periodic law and the long form of the periodic table, structure of the long form of the periodic table. Now today we will see the groups and electronic configuration. Now you know how to write the electronic configuration. That for that you should know the electron number, how much electrons are there in that element, or you can say the atomic number. For example, hydrogen, if it is having 1 as the atomic number, its electronic configuration is 1. Lithium, atomic number 3, so electronic configuration will be 2, 1. These are the arrangement of electrons. Now in the shell, the first cell, the capacity of the first shell is 2 electrons. That is why you can see here in the first shell it is only 2 electrons. Hydrogen is having only 1, so here it is only 1, but when lithium is having 3 electrons, it will be placed 2 in the first electron and the remaining 1 in the second. Sodium, it is having 11 electrons, so first maximum capacity is 2, second maximum capacity is 8. So it will fill here, it is 10 and remaining will go in the third one. Similarly, if you see on page number 22, groups and electronic configuration. Go through the modern periodic table and write the names one below the other, the elements of group 1. Now see, these are the elements of group 1. If you take first 4 elements, hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, so you will find the electronic configuration as 1, 2, 1, 2, 8, 1 and 2, 8, 8, 1. Now after writing the electronic configuration, which similarity do you see in the electronic configuration? The similarity we see is that they are having same number of electrons in the valence shell, that is the last shell. If you see, it is having only 1 electron, so here last shell is having 1, here also it is third shell is having 1, here also fourth shell is having 1. So the common difference is that they are having only 1 electron in the valence shell. Now how many valence electrons are there in each of the elements? Now how many are there in the valence shell? Only 1 electron. So it is only 1 electron that is present in the valence shell. Now see what it is written. You will find that the number of valence electron in all these elements from the group 1, that is the family of alkali metals. Now group 1 is alkali metals, group 2 is alkaline earth metals. Similarly, if you look at the elements from any group, you will find the number of valence electron to be the same. For example, beryllium, magnesium, calcium belong to group 2. Now if you see beryllium is having atomic number 4, so your electronic configuration will be 2. Next is beryllium, magnesium. Now here, see, for magnesium, the electronic configuration is 12, so here it will come 2, see, 2, 12, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here it will go, 2 electrons will go over there. Now, if you find here, now if you see here, for example, the elements beryllium, magnesium and calcium, they belong to the group 2. See, in your periodic table, they will be belonging to the group 2. And you will find that here also there are 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Now, there is calcium. If you take calcium also, you will get 2, 8, 8, 2. Now, here also you will find that the last number here is 2. So there are 2 electrons in the outermost shell. Similarly, there are 7 electrons in the outermost shell of the halogens. Fluorine, chlorine from the 17th group. Now 17th group is known as the halogen group. This is the family of halogens. While going from top to bottom within any group, 1 electron shell gets added at the same time. Now see, from going top to bottom, this is in group 1 and this you will find in group 2. When you are going from top to bottom, you will find that 1 electron shell gets added at a time. Now see, here only 1 shell, here there are 2 shells, here 3, here 4, see here, 2, 3, 4. So, as you go down, you will find increase in the number of electron shells. From this we can say that the electronic configuration of the outermost shell is the characteristic of that particular group. So, it belongs to group 1. So there are 1 electron as the valence electron. It belongs to group 2. So it has 2 electrons as the valence electron. However, as we go down the group, the number of shells goes on increasing. The number of shell will go on increasing and the number of valence electron, that is equal to the number of that group. Now, in the model periodic table, see, we had done this previously. Elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. Till Mendeleev it was according to atomic mass, because till then it was not known what is present in the atom. Then we came to know that atomic number is specific to each and every element, so it will be more of characteristic compared to the atomic mass. Now vertical groups are called vertical columns are called groups. In Mendeleev's periodic table, vertical columns are called group and there are 18 groups. Horizontal rows are known as periods, and how many are there? 7. Now see on page number 23, periods and electronic configuration. Now on going through the modern periodic table, it is seen that elements lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. Now if you see these elements, it is on page number 23. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. They belong to the period 2. Now we had seen up and down, that was the columns we had seen, the groups. Now we will see horizontal, that is the periods. So if you take, see there, they have given the diagram also over there, downside on that page. Now here, if it is lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon. Now atomic number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and neon is 10. So electronic configuration will get the maximum capacity of first shell is 2. So you will get here 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, 7 and 2, 8. Now write down all the electronic configuration. So we have written all the electronic configuration. Is the number of valence electrons same for all these elements? See the valence electron. Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we will find that the valence electrons which are present are not same. Is the number of shells in this same? Number of shells, see 2, 2 means first shell, second shell. So all the number of shells here are remaining same, but the valence electrons, they are not remaining same. You will find that the number of valence electron in different element in these element is different. However, the number of shell is the same. So you will find that while going from left to right in the period, the atomic number increases by 1. Means the atomic number is increased by 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. And the number of valence electron also increase by 1. So even the valence electron here, they are increasing. See the last shell, 1 at a time. Now we can say that the elements with the same number of shells occupied the electrons belong to the same period. Now see, how many number of shells are there? 2. So they belong to the period 2. If you take period 3, sodium, magnesium, potassium, here you will get 3, 3. So when it is the number of shells is 3, the period will be 3. The elements in the second period, namely lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, fluorine and neon, have electrons in the 2 shells K and L. We will see further about the shells. So the first shell K, L, M, like this the names are there. So first 2 shells are there, so K and L. The elements in the third period, namely sodium, magnesium, aluminium. Now see for sodium, sodium it is 11, magnesium 12, aluminium 13. So here you will get 2, 8, 1, 2, 8, 2, 2, 8, 3. So it belongs to the third period and the number of shells with this is K, L and M. Here it is only K, L, N. The elements in the third period, namely sodium, magnesium, aluminium, you can try for silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon, have electrons in the 3 shells. They will have as it is in the 3 shells if you go on. Now, the 3 shells are what? K, L and M. Write down the electronic configuration of these elements and confirm. You can write, we have written the first 3 electronic configuration. Now in the modern periodic table, electrons are filled in the same shell while going along a period from left to right, and at the beginning of the next period a new shell starts filling up. Means see here, if here it is 2 electrons, so the electrons they go on adding up in the same last shell. This is L shell only. Here also it is added in the L shell. Here also it has been added in the L shell. Here also it has been added. When it is finished over here, when the third period you are starting, that time a new shell is added. So M is the new shell over here. The number of elements in the first 3 periods is determined by electron capacity and of the shells and the law of octet. Electron octet. Octet means to have 8 electrons so that the atom becomes stable. Now what are the values in N for shells K, L and M? Now if you see on page number 24, now if you see, if this is an atom and this is the nucleus inside, this will be the first shell, second shell, third shell. So this first one is the K, second one is L, third one is M. Now if you see, one more we will put, that is N. Now what is the maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in a shell? Write the formula. Deduce the maximum electron capacity of the shells K, L and M. These are all related to the electron capacity. Now see, as per, if you can see the table over there, for K, it is a number of shells. So it is first shell. The formula used to get the electron capacity is 2n square. Now see, here now n, this is n is equal to 1. So this will be 2 into 1 square, which is equal to 2. So maximum capacity of K shell is 2. Here if it is 2, n is 2, then here you will get 2n square, which is 2 into 2 square. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So maximum capacity of this is 2. Of L it is 8. Now M, that is third one. So for that it will be 2 into 3 square. 3 3s is 9. So 9 2s are 18. 18 electrons will be, can be added maximum in the M shell. Then it is 4. So this will be 2 into 4 square. So it is 4 4 the 16. 16 2s are 32. Now, as per the electron holding capacity of the shell, 2 elements are present in the first period and 8 elements are present in the second period. The third period also contains only 8 elements due to the law of electron uptake. There are few factors which control the filling of electrons in the subsequent periods, which will be considered in the next standard. Now see, here you will find these are the electronic configurations. Now till now we were knowing only the shells, but if you see, if you go in higher standards, these shells are also having subshells. Those are called as orbitals. Means the first shell it is having s orbitals, second it will be having s and p orbitals. So that is not there, but we will see that also. So for now, this is all for this session. We will see in the next session. Thank you.